Now I'm handing over to Melba for taking over the floor and guide us through the section 2 of our conference. Thank you, Melba.
Thank you. Warm greetings to all distinguished participants, colleagues, and fellow advocates for a joyful and sustainable future. I am Melba Angni, the Director of the International Affairs and Linkages of Mindanao State University in the Philippines. The focal person also on gender and development in my university. And of course, the Vienna Declaration Ambassador for the Philippines and the Southeast Asia. It is my honor to chair this session entitled Health as Prerequisite for Joyful Sustainability. My personal journey as TJD ambassador has been deeply rooted in a personal and professional mission to weave the principles of the Vienna Declaration into every space I speak, teach, and engage with, be it in the universities, government agencies, civil society, or international platforms. Across the Philippines and Southeast Asia, I have witnessed how the message of joyful sustainability resonates, particularly when it is grounded in culture, community, and care. As TJD ambassador, I have duplicated myself to my friends, my students, my colleagues at Mindanao State University. Some of them are here right now, not to support me, but to support the Vienna Declaration. Hello to my colleagues and students who are here from Mindanao State University. Thank you for joining us. In today's session, we will hear from speakers whose work demonstrates how health-centered initiatives spark joy and strengthen sustainability. Let us now open the session with hope, energy, and joyful imagination as we listen to our presenters and engage in meaningful dialogue together. The first speaker in this session will talk on joint session by Earth5R, Connecting Inner and Planetary Sustainability. In this presentation, Earth5R demonstrates how sustainability can be a source of joy, fulfillment, and empowerment. We showcase real-world situations and solutions from our global network and highlight the role of youth in the green economy transition. Through case studies and innovative approaches, we show how sustainability can be understood as a path to personal and community transformation. Participants will also experience a 10-minute mindfulness session in their initiative, Connecting Inner and Planetary Sustainability. That is how the Earth5R initiates their activities and their initiatives along this area. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Saurabh Gupta, he's actually a former monk and the founder of Earth5R from India. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Malava. And thank you everyone for today's session. And I really appreciate this opportunity and this platform. It's an amazing platform. And it's a very right kind of discussion at a very right time because the world is changing and we have to change the way we look at sustainability. So just a quick introduction. I am Saurabh Gupta and I started Earth5R 10 years back. And before starting Earth5R, I used to come from a corporate background. I was working with a coffee company in India called Cafe Coffee Day as head of human resource and employee engagement. And I was also handling CSR. And I had become extremely unhealthy at the workplace because how it is, the corporate life is like that. You eat a lot, you drink a lot of coffee, and it is literally a mindless lifestyle where you're just running from paycheck to paycheck and you're literally living for the weekend. So there's a kind of lifestyle happened. There was a prank in the office where somebody nominated me for a cycling marathon. I was extremely overweight. But I took that dare, I took that challenge, and I cycled. I, in fact, bought a bicycle because I didn't have a bicycle. So, why I'm telling this story, because this is how you'll see how everything starts unfolding, and how what we're doing today is there's a story that there's a link here. So, anyways, I did the cycling, and it felt impossible, but somehow I tried to finish that marathon. And after that, since I had a bicycle, started going to office on bicycle, and days by days passed, and I started feeling better from inside. I started feeling healthier and started losing weight also. And after a few months, I started achieving a bit of a clarity of mind. And I think around 6 months' time, I really decided that I don't want to do corporate job anymore. I want to do something different. So I decided to go on travel. So next 2 years down the line, I was cycling around Africa, Asia, and Europe. I finished 50,000 kilometers cycling around the world, and it was completely mindless. I was only thinking about next kilometer every. So there was no thought as such. But I learned a lot about sustainability, because cycling is a very slow journey. You talk to local people. You it's very slow. You observe a lot, and that was a big change in my outlook towards sustainability. I saw a lot of local practices, especially in countries in Africa, a lot of countries in Asia. I saw a lot of local sustainability practices, and I felt that the world doesn't know about their basic lifestyle. And like simple things like, for example, in a lot of countries, like for example in India, we eat roti, like which is we make our fresh bread every day. And I used to say that, imagine if billions of people, like a large population, decide to, if you're not eating roti that is freshly prepared, and if you were buying bread from a store, imagine how much of carbon footprint we would be generating, which we are not currently generating, because we're making fresh in home every day. So those are very, very simple, insights, and every culture has their own insights. Every country has their own insights. But the problem is that we're not learning from each other, because we are too fast. We are not slowing down. So that was done. But down the line, I started Earth5R back in India after finishing my journey. The idea was to work, first of all, change my own home, like walking the talk. So first, I started segregating at home, and living more simpler lifestyle at home itself, and change my home into a. I always used to say that this is a small piece of planet. This is my planet, like small house. This is a piece of planet. So what the way I want to treat the planet is the way I treat things in home also. Slowly, my neighbors got influenced, the building got influenced, so the building became zero waste. We started rainwater harvesting, we started doing rooftop, gardening, vertical gardening, very basic things, but the building became a model building. And then the news spread in nearby buildings, we started working in nearby buildings also. Then we felt there is a lake, where I live, there's a lake, it's called Poway Lake. So we felt that there's a lot of waste, so we started going and cleaning the lake on the weekends. And then we said, okay, we segregate the waste. We started repurposing the waste that was coming out of the. We said, let's not just clean up, but we have to analyze what is in the waste. So we started understanding that there's a lot of plastic bottles. People are going to celebrate their birthday, so there's a lot of stuff which is related with birthday, single-use plastic. So we started educating local people that, look at this picture, the kind of waste that you're getting. You have to understand the proportion. It's a lifestyle issue. So if you want a clean lake, then we have to somewhere work on our lifestyles, or the way we live is also very important. So these are very simple things, but that made a very profound impact. It eventually became a very big project. Thousands of citizens got involved. Slowly it started reaching out in more cities, and eventually into multiple countries. Down the line, I got an invitation from the French government. I got opportunity to meet Mr. Macron for a leadership award, and that is how we got a bigger exposure with Paris Peace Forum and things. And the journey is pretty long, but the idea is that millions of citizens got involved in this program, because this entire thing was about walking the talk. It was lifestyle management. So there were certain things that we inculcated in our program, which is like we believe that let's not try to save the planet. I think it's not right that we cannot save the planet. Actually, we have to save ourselves, because for me, the origin of the entire story of Earth 5 was into health, my own health. So I always believe that people are more concerned about themselves, rather than about the planet. So if we change our approach, we start talking about, ourselves. If you look into inside, I think a green plant is just an outcome. It's just a byproduct. So I prepared a few slides here from a particular program that we run, which is called as Mindful Wholeness, which is about how to be mindful while living a more wholesome life. And when I say more wholesome, it's a balance. It's not that, you don't have to be extremist of being, because sustainability is about balance. It's about finding that balance that works for you. So when I say mindful wholeness, is about living a more wholesome life where we live with basics, but we don't look for something that is too much extra. So we have run a program where around 65,000 people have participated in this program, and we have collected data from 10,000 plus citizens where they've actually engaged into mindfulness program, and we have collected data before and after. So I'll share some of the data, but I'll share some of the slides. Can I share the slides? Can I share my screen?
Please go ahead.
So can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is about connecting inner and planetary sustainability. So mindfulness meets sustainability. So what Earth5R? Earth5R is currently India's largest environmental organization, and we have 1.3 million citizens involved. We present 65 countries, and it's a UNESCO recognized environmental organization. We have an app which citizens use for taking local action. The app is available in 65 countries, and we have 1.3 million citizens involved. 60,000 people are actually taking on-ground action out of that. And we have 80,000 recorded action, which is data oriented, on which a lot of research articles are currently being written. So why do so many people who care about the planet still act in ways that harm it? That's a very important question. And sometimes we wonder. So it's clearly not about lack of knowledge. It's not lack of awareness, because with social media, everybody knows about environmental issues and people know what harms the planet. The real issue is the lack of alignment between mind, action, and values. These three things, our own mind, our own action, and the values that we set. So this is a lack of alignment that is creating the issue. So the real issue is not lack of knowledge. That is what I wanted to highlight. The blind spot in sustainability. So we know what to do, we just don't do it because we know the facts, but it's a habit that is a real issue. And also sustainability fails when action comes from, because if it is coming from guilt, fear, or pressure, like you always say that, planet is in crisis, fishes are dying, ocean is full of plastic. There's a lot of the message is full of guilt, fear, or pressure. So it overwhelms people, and people think the problem is so huge that we can't fix it. So it's very important to step back and look into the smaller chunk and where do we fit in the picture. We don't have to fix the entire planet. We just need to look into ourselves, and we have to look at what is there for us in this entire picture. We're drowning information, but we're starving from inner alignment, which is again coming back to, I think, what Mr. Paul Shrivastava was also telling, is something aligned with that we need a new mental model for sustainability. That is very, very important. And that is what I said in the beginning of my discussion, that it is a very right time, and I really appreciate this platform. I really appreciate this agenda for this conference, which is more about wholesomeness. That is very, very important. So this is a new model that we need to, and the time is just right. The missing layer is, and you can see that global climate conferences are being organized, climate reports are being published, CSR funds are being allocated, so many campaigns are going viral. So why the behavioral change is not happening? That is, we're stuck on that. So this is Earth5R's inner sustainability framework, which is, we always believe in these three models, which is First of all, it always starts with inner sustainability, which is mindfulness, emotional regulation, understanding values, that what are our values. That's very important. Then looking into behavioral shift, which could be from conscious food, shopping, transport, energy, which is basically a second layer. And planetary impact is always a third part, which is an outcome. Before mindfulness, let's just imagine that what happens for a typical citizen in the morning. Person wakes up, they wake up tired, then they scroll the apps, they're flooded by alerts and so many messages. They start the day with phone, and then they're eating, morning is a rush. They don't sit and eat. In fact, they're running and eating, and a lot of what people are eating these days is full of junk and full of processed food and sugar and carbs. And shopping from depletion, like they feel there's a bit of a sense that if we shop, we buy something, we'll feel better. And then craving, a lot of craving, obviously we end up producing a lot of waste, and which is how the planet is paying the price. What I wanted to highlight, that this is the autopilot consumer that we are becoming these days. And this is the outcome. This is being tired, being consuming, producing waste, feeling guilt. Because of it, again, we are tired, we consume, and that is how we feel exhausted. When we do mindfulness, when we slow down, what happens? We wake up more relaxed, we breathe, we feel the body, we feel our environment, we open the window, we look at the sunshine, our body rhythm, the biological clock starts. We eat slowly, we buy less, we pause before every habit, which we'll do it now in a practice also. And we feel connected with the world, we feel connected with the environment, with the ecosystem, we feel connected with the air we breathe, rather than feeling overwhelmed. So we have this data, we have huge amount of data. The data was talking, this is around 10,000 plus people who have done these programs with Earth5R, and we collect these data, and the data shows that the green commute has increased from 45% to 60%. And this included cycling, walking, carpooling, or so many ways of transport, but people have made shift after these sessions. And this is data before and after 1 month. So they took this program, and after 1 month, they have reported these things. And these are all self-reported by Google Forms. So all the data is coming from people, from the users, and it's all tracked data. A lot of changes have happened in terms of buying. It has reduced by 45% in terms of fast fashion buying. So from 2.86 items per month to 1.57, which is pretty substantial considering people are bombarded every single day, so many times on a day on social media for products that they can buy. Then in terms of how impact on local businesses, because part of this module, we also talk to people and understand and analyze and share data about local buying, that whether they have shops nearby. We have seen a massive shift in shopping behavior, although local shopping is not that convenient because you can always get products sitting at home, but people have made shift, and considering as a behavior, we consider it as a major shift in the behavior, because there's a major shift in terms of shopping app is also happening. So many shopping apps are coming now, and they're making big money. They have a lot of discounts. So considering that, if people have still switched, it's a big leap. Then obviously it has impact on plastic usage also, because people have bought less amount of plastic. They have produced less waste also. So it has dropped by 29%. Then in terms of meat consumption has reduced by 50%, which is a lot. So that was also another, because obviously we all know that a lot of meat consumption also adds to greenhouse gases. So the hidden formula is that we don't lead with save the planet formula. We don't say that let's save the planet, but we rather say that feel better in your body and mind. So you take care of your breath and your mind. Your mind calms down, your choices change. There's a small shift happens. It doesn't happen overnight, but eventually with regular practice, it does happen. Life simplifies, and the beneficiary is the planet and ourselves both. That is a hidden formula. Next step is like obviously now we'll be doing a mindfulness session, but before we do a session, I'll invite my colleague Ritu, who will speak from her experience, and she'll also share that how young people are participating in the climate movement, and then we'll do a mindfulness session. Yeah.
Hello everyone, this is Ritu Vishwakarma, and I have throughout the journey of my Earth5R, I have attended multiple sessions of mindfulness, which Saurabh arranged for us. And throughout the mindfulness session, I would like to say that many a times we often live in this phase of spiraling thoughts where it's just cluttered. Our mind is just cluttered with hundred of tabs open at once, and we just don't know how to progress with those thoughts. And just one step, it is the most difficult step, which is to initiate. But if you just take this initial step, most of our problems are solved at this step itself. Many a times we don't know how to be there for ourselves. We might be there for our loved ones, for the people we work with, but we often forget to be with ourselves. But mindfulness actually teaches you how to take a pause and reflect back to those hundred thoughts which is spiraling in your mind, and then keeping a calm behavior and all those things, especially as a person who belongs to a science background. And many a times I really want myself to be very calm during, especially during the application process, reaching the deadlines of research deadlines. And mindfulness actually teaches you many ways of how you can just be grounded at the most difficult parts of your life, most difficult phases of your life. It might seem very difficult for you to begin the journey of mindfulness, but it is actually really helpful. It has helped me to overcome lot of issues. Like I used to experience severe anxiety, severe this phase of overthinking, and I'm sure that many of us do experience these things on a daily basis. I think every human goes through this phase of um, uh, just living in that anxiety phase and overthinking with hundreds of thoughts.
Recording
And it
in
is quite
progress.
normal. Yeah, I would say it is quite normal for every human being to go through that phase. But what is very courageous is to take a step for yourself to overcome those overthinking thoughts, those anxiety. It might seem very difficult, but again, as I said, it's just that one step. If you take that one step, many things actually change. Yeah. Thank you so much.
So now I'll quickly take you through a very short mindfulness session. So in this, am I audible?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Okay. So I'll quickly take you through a short mindfulness session. So this is an idea when Benno was talking to me about this entire program, and I felt that if you go to a live session, it will be a different kind of conference where participants can also experience, and for a lot of people it's a new idea. Or although mindfulness and meditation, something like this has been existing for longest, so that I think this is one of the oldest practice ever, and it has been part of every religion in some way. But to practice it, the practice, the entire thing has changed so much. It has diluted down the line. So I thought it would be good to look into the context of business or or academics or normal day-to-day life. So I'll take you quickly through a 10-minute session, and after that, if we have still have time, I'll be happy to do Q&A. You can ask questions. You have any specific methods that you want to learn, and you can always reach out to me. Feel free, but that option is also open. So the basic is it is about being mindfulness, like being mindful. It is all about slowing down, living in the moment, being present where we are, and looking at the reality, not in the future, not in the past. And mindfulness is completely opposed to multitasking. So very important thing is that we also need to not multitask, because multitasking puts a lot of pressure on the brain, on our mind, and it is anti-mindfulness basically. So are you ready? All right. So what we'll do is, like, wherever you're sitting, first of all, get comfortable in your chair, wherever you're sitting. Just get comfortable. Take 3 deep breaths and release. One more time, take a deep breath and release. One last time, take a deep breath and release. Now from bottom to the top, we'll start relaxing our body parts. As I name the body part, just feel it. And if possible, please close your eyes so that it is easy for you, because when you have closed your eyes, you're actually not multitasking, because when you're looking and feeling, it's multitasking. So start with your feet relaxed, feet relaxed, your calf muscles relaxed and easy, knee relaxed, your thigh muscles relaxed and easy, lower back comfortable and relaxed, your back muscles relaxed, abdomen released and relaxed, and your upper chest area and the back area released and relaxed, your shoulder relaxed, neck area relaxed, all the vital organs feel they're relaxed, arms relaxed, forearms and fingers relaxed, your facial muscles relaxed, teeth separated, jaws relaxed, emotions completely relaxed, eyes heavy, forehead relaxed, even the skin of the hair, skin and the head, everything is relaxed. Now, take a moment to feel the weight of your body wherever you're sitting, the support of the chair or the place you're sitting beneath you. Feel it. There is nowhere to go, nothing to fix. Just be here. Again, take a deep inhale and relax. Now let your breath come and go naturally. Easy breathing, no forceful breathing. You don't have to control it. Just notice it like a background music. You're not here to focus. You're here to relax. Feel the air entering through your nose and gently leave your body. If your mind drifts, it's okay. Let it wander. Don't worry, it will come back. Don't try to focus on not thinking. If thoughts come, let them come. Just observe them from distance. This entire session is about not focusing, it's about defocusing. You're always taught to focus. You must focus at work, but it is very important to defocus also so that you can be yourself. So defocus and release all the control on everything, all the thoughts that you have. All you need to do is just observe them from a distance without getting attached, without judging. If you find yourself judging something or paying attention to something, just name that emotion. Let's say if you're waiting for the session to get over, tell yourself feeling impatient, feeling impatient, feeling impatient. If you find yourself, if you feel any sensation in your body like pain or itching, just name it, feeling pain, pain, feeling itchy. Or if you are thinking about somebody else, judging them, just say judging, judging. You're just tagging your thoughts from a distance, the way we tag on Instagram, same tagging. Just observing, not participating, just observing. Because if you participate, you are trapped in those thoughts. But if you observe, you're free. Just like you're sitting in a theater and a drama is going on, you're just observer. You know it's just drama. So if there is any thought coming, it is either coming from the past or coming from the future, and you're living in the present. In present, you're only observing them. So observe and observe your thoughts. Take few minutes to observe. You're free, you're relaxed, and you're yourself. You are not your thoughts. You're the awareness behind those thoughts. Think about your favorite food that you crave for. Look it in front of your eyes while your eyes closed. Just imagine that. Your favorite food, whatever it is, pizza, burger, whatever it is, think about it. Do you really need it? Or it's just a craving, or it's just a passing thought? Is it just the taste? How does it feel after eating it? Sometimes we feel bad after eating it. We are too full, and then we don't feel free. We get attached to the feelings afterwards. Think about the products that you want to buy, shopping, the craving that we get, and after buying, we use it once, twice. We don't have the same craving that time. We don't have the same excitement. And then we're moving to the next thing. So that's the attachment, which is a problem. So we're learning to observe, we're learning to slow down, we're learning to live in the moment. And we're also learning that this moment is precious. We're happy, we're healthy. We have all those things at this moment that makes us who we are. So why do we worry about the future? Future will take care of itself. Open your eyes whenever you're ready. Take a deep breath one last time and relax. Now, I would like to invite you all for questions and answers. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer. So since we have 5 more minutes, so I'll tell more about this method. So the idea is that the way the idea is that when we are sitting in a particular moment, we live in that moment, and there is something called as X and Y axis. So imagine that there's X axis where there is your thoughts, and X axis is where you're breathing, and X axis is where your sorry X is your X is the vertical, so X is where your breathing is, Y is your sorry, this one is your the horizontal one is your is your breathing, and vertical is your thoughts. So you will see yourself going and thinking, and it goes up. But what you need to do is like try to bring yourself back to breathing. It becomes like this. So you will know that thoughts come and go, they come and go. It's just like waves. Or another model is also that it's like being a surfer, how surfer, the thoughts are like waves, they come and go, but the surfer is the smarter one. It learns how to ride on those waves because it doesn't get trapped. If the surfer gets trapped on the wave, it will drown. So learning to ride on the waves, that is what you do in mindfulness. So mindfulness is not about focusing, but is about defocusing. It's about stillness, it's about living in the moment and observing the thoughts, not controlling the thoughts. It's not about controlling your mind. In fact, it's about losing the control. It's not about gaining anything, actually, it's about losing everything that holds us. So this was all from my side, and if you need any more information, I'm going to send you a PDF catalog later on that will be circulated to you with some information about step-by-step guide how to do mindfulness. Thank you. We have some nice feedback coming.
Saurabh, is it over?
Yeah, it is over. Yes.
Thank you so much. It was such a wonderful experience we had. Thank you so much. And I think everyone agrees with me that we have learned how the Earth5R is doing things. And it's really, I feel such a renewal of spirit. I feel renewed after the experience.
Thank you so much.
Okay. And so thank you very much, Saurabh, for sharing your very interesting sharing this today.